Hello guys, welcome to yet another episode of Ending Explained, a show where we explain endings.
A show dedicated to dissecting movies and interpreting its endings, which probably went right over most people's heads.
So without much further ado, let's begin.
This week, we're going to try to rip apart the 2013 movie Enemy, which is by far one of the most confusing movies we've ever watched.
Enemy was loosely adapted from Jose Saramago's 2002 novel The Double. The movie stars Jake Gyllenhaal opposite Melanie Laurent and Sarah Gadon in leading roles, and is directed by the supremely talented Denis Villeneuve, who is known for his well-received and acclaimed movies like Dune, Prisoners, and Blade Runner 2049.
Enemy focuses on the life of Adam Bell, a Toronto based professor who leads a quite monotonous life with his girlfriend Mary. One day, he learns that he has a doppelganger called Anthony Clare, an actor who's married to a woman named Helen, who's currently several months pregnant. Their lives get intertwined as Adam becomes obsessed with finding more about Anthony's life.
So quick disclaimer, there are spoilers past this point, so if you haven't checked out this movie, we urge you to check it out. It's a really nice movie. Please come back at this point and you can resume.
Also, side note, you might want to brace yourself if you've got arachnophobia. Before getting to the ending, there are some key plot points that need to be addressed. Are Adam and Anthony different people, or are they the representations of different personalities of the same person?
So first, we'll be watching Mr. Villeneuve's clip about what he has to say about his own movie.
Basically, I think that this movie is a documentary about my subconscious. Or a documentary about Jake Gyllenhaal's subconscious.
As you can see, it is quite blatantly stated by the director that both the characters are the very same person, which clearly implies most of the film is in Jake Gyllenhaal's subconscious, as he struggles to accept his reality. It's an ongoing war with himself, and it is the internal battle with his subconscious that is being showcased throughout the movie.
So I guess we can negate many vague theories that we heard about this movie, like they both are twins and all that stuff.
And I heard one such theory was spiders are taking over the world. I guess we can put an end to all such vague theories and focus on the more logical aspects.
Yeah.
The color palette. The color palette used is very dull. The movie's look and feel has got the color of nicotine stains or a smoggy freeway at dusk. There's a yellowish tint throughout the film, which gives it that eerie feeling.
So talking about Gyllenhaal's character, Adam Bell, he has brown hair and beard and inveterately wears rumpled tan clothes. He lives in vast brown city of Toronto and teaches history in an institutionally light brownish classroom that's only ever half full of students.
The rant of Adam Bell. The history teacher constantly mentions dictatorship and emphasizes repetition and pattern, and how it's a constant cycle, which is subtly drawing a parallel to his thoughts on marriage and his feeling of loss of freedom.
So, was the car crash real? The car crash actually did happen, but it wasn't a figment of his subconscious, but instead a memory of his, which explains his cars. It was most likely that the first chronological event that ever happened was this one.
What likely happened was when his girlfriend Mary notices the ring mark, she freaks out. Not because he was Anthony, but because she just finds out he's married, and the car accident is presumably how Helen and his mother find out about the mistress. What's up with the spiders? Throughout the movie, there are many scenes that vaguely depict spiders. For instance, the wires about Toronto appear like a spider web. A giant spider is seen roaming around the city right after Gyllenhaal's character has a conversation with his mother. In another scene, he has an argument with his girlfriend Mary that leads to a car crash. The shot punches into the debris, revealing the car's cracked glass that resembles a spider web. He also has a dream where a spider-headed woman passes by him. Strange, isn't it?
So, well, in the film's opening sequence, the narcissistic, the unfaithful version of Gyllenhaal is seen in an erotic club of sorts. We'll get into the significance of spiders in a brief moment, but before that, nearing the tail end, Gyllenhaal opens the mysterious package seen throughout the film, unveiling a key, which is probably the key to the same club. He's tempted by it and tells his wife that he has to go out tonight.
This was shown to hint at the fact that after all he went through with his own conscience, he just can't control his primitive urges and succumbs to it. This brings us to the weirdest ending in a film we've ever seen. Let's have a look.
Helen? Helen?
So why did his wife turn into a spider? Throughout the movie, The moment Adam felt like he was being controlled or dictated upon, the spider was back in the picture. Our interpretation is that the spider is a symbolic representation of one of Adam's many deep-rooted fears. That is commitment issues, being controlled, the burden of raising a family, or maybe even responsibilities of having a child.
He feels trapped in the web of his marriage. The constant references to dictatorship are the way he feels towards his marriage. Finally, why the look of disappointment on his face? At the very last frame of the film, upon the revelation of his wife turning into a spider, the shot lingers on Gyllenhaal and his look of accepted disappointment. The reason behind this is within the confinements of his classroom.
Hegel, who said that all the greatest world events happen twice, and then Karl Marx added, the first time it was a tragedy, the second time it's a farce. This is a pattern that repeats itself throughout history.
So after having finally gotten over his adulterous ways and moving past his miseries, he realizes that this is a vicious circle, a farce. A part of his subconscious he has to learn to live with.
I believe Gyllenhaal's character has realized that he's making the same mistakes at the first sign of temptation and probably has come to terms with this. This is most likely an inevitable enemy of his life he just can't seem to defeat.
So I guess that brings us to the end of this video, this week's Ending Explain segment. So did you enjoy?
Yes, I had a lot of fun.
It's a fun movie, I see. So yeah, I guess this is it. Like, share and subscribe to Rambling Film Group. Check out all our other videos. We do various different kinds of stuff. So yeah, see you next week.